there. I have to vacuum seal a bunch of ham. I got a couple of smoked hams. Thought I would try it. It's very good. I like the honey flavored one I had before much better. Here we have my Food Saver vacuum sealer. I just gave her a little wipe down here. Let me, bump into things. You do not want any liquid to get inside this channel right here. And if it comes through the bag and gets into this channel, it's just the moisture. It will kill it. I've had this puppy for over 10 years now. And it's never been outside or anything, but you know how aged it is? Oops, almost pulled it off. It's yellow. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, and I have a very short line, but it's all yellow here. It's a Victor 1505. It has an vacuum sealer port here where you do your containers and you attach to the containers. It has a pulse whenever you want to have a softer seal. It has your pulse mode up here to indicate that that's what you're using. 1, 2, 3, and seal only. It has a cancel if something doesn't get suctioned really well. And then Insta Seal. I just got done doing the Insta Seal because I was sealing a bunch of bags ahead of time. If you ever thought about getting yourself a vacuum sealer, I've only had Food Saver. I can't speak on anything else. I will get myself another Food Saver if this should ever die. I only use Food Saver once every, I don't know, once or twice every 2 or 3 years. It depends upon what I'm eating. It's not a heavy duty use item, so it is going to last me a bit longer. It does have a built-in cutter right here. You have a strip right here is metal. That's where it gets sealed. So when you're doing your thing, be careful not to burn yourself. I have not done that yet. I am so glad. You do have to have all these seals have to be nice and clean. You can pop out these rubber seals, which I'm not going to do right now. It's actually foam. And then you have this drawer where all the excess moisture or something goes in there. I don't know why they have it. I guess it was meant to be. But that comes out so you can clean it. This seal, again, pops out. You can clean it thoroughly, and I like that part about it. So it just pops in here. And it has a close button on here. That's your motor. And I do a number 2 to begin with. You'll have to read your instructions, what your numbers mean. Some are softer for like bags of chips and tender items, and others are stronger. So I got a bunch of ham I have to do. Let me bring out the ham, besides myself. Alright. Oh, goodness gracious. I live by myself, so you know that a whole ham in the refrigerator is not going to go as fast as if you were to have a family. So here she is. I've been pecking off of it. I'm going to put it over here. I don't have a lot of room in my house. It also came with a sauce, and it had dried ingredients, and you add 2 tablespoons of warm water and mixed it, and then I put it in the refrigerator. This stuff is all my ingredients. I added to it, so I will be adding a little bit of this to it. But by the time it seals, there's not enough to where it will suction out like I was talking about. So we're going to get ourselves a little something to allow like this. I want to get all those ingredients in there. Ugh, yuck. It's very gooey. Oh, you know what else I put in here? Syrup. Because it was very runny. And I didn't like that. So I added some syrup, put it in the refrigerator, and it's wonderful. So yeah, I got a couple of them just like this. So, all right, on to the bags. You can buy yourself a roll of bags, quite expensive from the place. This one does not fit in here. I don't know what it was meant for, but it doesn't matter the brand as long as it's a vacuum sealed. Some will come just plain Jane. This is a whole continuous roll, so you can cut to size. It has no label things. One's a smooth side and one's a rough side. There's different kind of bags. There's even some bags that are pre-made, and they look like, you know how you have little lunch bags in the box, and you pull them out one by one. They have those kind of things. Here is a pre-made one. I just wrote smoked ham and the year. And then the other type is, which doesn't matter, your ink is going to do whatever. It's going to go anywhere you want it to, but they make it pre-done there. The other thing to note is whenever you seal it up, you go to use, put it in the freezer, you take it out, you use it. This corners are going to start curling massively. Don't worry about it. As long as your seal is tight here, you pull on it, it's going to be good. I've learned that what I do is after I fill this up with ham, is I go like that, I snap it, and see how it rolls this way inside? That's the way you want it to do. So you go inside the channel like that. If you do it backwards, it's going to hit everywhere and may not get a good seal. So always do with a curl side down. Woo! Let's include the bowl in this too, shall we? Right, so let me try to... What I'm going to delicately do is get the ham, parts of it, and as I'm doing this, I am going to be just telling you about how my day went and what I did and all that kind of stuff. So we went over the basics of this. If you have any comments, questions, let me know. But food savers are awesome. I do not know how long they will last in the freezer and all this other stuff. It's just like saying seeds. They're only meant for the year that they were picked. But yet I've used seeds that have grown 8 years ago. So to each their own. That's why you wanted to put the year, or you may even want to put the month in the year. The day is not necessary. I should have gotten some of those bag holders from Temu, but oh well. Alright, so let me move all this crap. I have been doing some very big, thorough house cleaning, and my place is pretty sad. So, it's a bone-in ham, and I'm going to eat. Yummy. All right. Put some of that in there. Maybe we can improvise. There we go. See? All right. They do call it spiral ham because they cut around the bone. It is a pain in the butt to try to get good sized pieces, like if you're going to make a sandwich. I am going to leave some of this out for sandwiches. Even though I'm out of bread, I'll deal with that later. But just grab it in chunks, whatever you want to do. You know. And they even say, do not fill your bag all the way. When you first get, I'm eating this. When you first get your vacuum sealer, they suggest to practice with it with the different sealing methods by placing silverware inside the bag and doing one for the soft and one for this, so you understand how it works. Which is a very good idea. Hey, boo-boo. And unfortunately, I have to throw away the bone. When I'm done, I don't have anything around that will eat a bone. I don't know if dogs could eat it. I don't have dogs. So I just put it back in the freezer until garbage day. Alright, so today I was out doing a silent seed up video. You probably have already seen that. It started raining shortly after I got in the house. I'm like, woohoo! I was going to go back out. And I see my neighbor tending to her little front garden. I'm like, oh, okay. Then it started raining again. I'm like, cool. And these hams are fully cooked. All you have to do is warm it up. I'm not going to warm up a whole ham just to cool it down, only to take a piece off. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see where that brings it. That's going this way. Now also think, in the future, if you were to seal it, if you had like an inch or so here, and you sealed it here, when you cut it open, it's less and less of a bag. So I try to fit it in as best as I can. I'm going to do a little bit of this. Ah, get down. Come on. Stop me now. So you got to decide how much you want to put in there, and I think that's good. Make sure that's flat. If there's any puckers, it's going to seal, and then it's going to unseal whenever it's fully sealed, if that makes sense. Some air is going to get back out. So I'm going to go number 3 on this. Watch it. Okay, that's not sucking very well, so I don't know if I have it on the wrong mode. So I canceled it. You want to cancel it before the heat element comes on, so watch it. Have your finger on your cancel. Okay. That's the other thing that reminded me is there's too much air right here between here and here, and it's going to take too much effort in order to get that sealed. So I'm going to put some more in. I forgot about that part. So yeah, I did that video. Mowed, weed-eated yesterday because there was a chance of rain today. And it's all the way in the evening. I think it's like 4 o'clock now. And what I'm doing is I'm just chopping alongside the bone and going straight down since it's already cut in the round. I'm just trying to get like half of the ham each time. I totally like the other ham. This one's not bad, but I prefer non-smoked than smoked. Do you guys like smoked things? Non-smoked things? Let me know. Trying to cut the bone out here so I can have a... And have you ever noticed, as soon as you put on a Band-Aid, you have to wash your hands, you get dirty, you have to change the Band-Aid. You're like, why did I even... I am working on my cross-stitch some more. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, I'm going to do different lives. I'm trying to see how I'm cutting this here. I know this isn't very entertaining, but I don't like how this knife is treating this ham. It's rude. Oh, just kidding. Alright, let's find a sharper knife. This one might do. That's what horror movies are made out of right here. Yes, sirree. It's either that or I'm hitting a tendon, and I just gotta be very careful because I just got done sharpening these. So it's like, yeah, you might want to be careful. Alright, that is good enough there. And this little piggy went to market. All right, peeps. See? Now much less. Kind of put all your spices and stuff here that you want. Sometimes, if this is big and bulky, it's going to cause this to buckle. So you kind of got to play with it. It's taking longer than I want, but I'm going to let it go. You'll hear the difference in the motor. I went ahead and sealed it myself. It was taking way too long to seal, so I don't know what that's about. Check your seals, make sure there's no grime or anything that's stopping the gap. If these ever have holes in them, it could be a problem. I see a little chunk missing here, but that's on this side for protection. So I don't know why it's doing that. Look at that. Gorgeous! Oh, so anyway, yeah, I am thoroughly cleaning my house, spring cleaning as they say. And I'm starting in my washroom. Mopped the floors, did some laundry, changed my bed sheets, and I'm going to tell myself everything in that washroom is going to be complete. Reorganizing the shelves, cleaning things up. I do have a composter, worm composting, getting into swing now also. I go into my garden and I see some of my worms that I let out last season. They're absolutely fine there because I have a container to play with. I don't know how much ham I'm going to be able to... I think I made too many bags, but we're fine because I do have another ham in the freezer. I just won't be taking it out anytime soon. I'm trying to see how this bone is so I won't cut myself with this knife. Okay, there we go. Much better. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, see? That's a little bit too bulky. You know, as far as getting it in there, in my opinion. I'm just eating it off camera. Come on. And now my hands are all slimy. And then the access to underneath my house, when the, what do you call him? Candyman came over. He went underneath there. And it's a shoddy little piece of wood with a metal on it. And you have to kind of tuck it underneath that house area. And it's got a piece of board on top that you have to do. I know this ham is consuming me. But anyway, when he used that access, I don't think he closed the whoozy what's it well, or it didn't stay closed, because I tried to close it and it didn't stay closed. But it was open. I'm like, okay, well, you know, we're just going to close it because we don't want any critters there like foxes or cats or something having kids. So I pushed it in there really well. It's nice and tight. And then the next morning it was out again. And I'm like, what the heck? And I can just visualize, you know, something going underneath there to have babies. And I'm like, no, especially skunks. So I'm like, okay, I got my phone. Look at that. That's all solid at the end of it. So I got my phone and I started video recording to try to figure out if I can see anything, any prints or anything. I didn't see anything. You know what I could use? My slicer. I forgot. Oh my gosh. I can use my slicer. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'll do a video on a slicer. Perfect, because this is the thicker stuff, so I can see how the slicer works. I turn it on, it physically works, but slicing is another thing. So yeah, good idea. Ugh, come on. Now I can't even grab this ham piece. Great. Come on. I want a little bit more to where I can try to get this. So anyway, I did a video, went underneath there, or didn't go underneath there. I can't bend down to get in there. And did a video on my phone, and I couldn't find any tracks, and I'm like, okay, we're going to cut it. You know, what I did is I took some, what's the name of it? Baby powder. And I didn't have any flour, so I just sprinkled that real good. And I'm thinking, well, they might think it's weird if it's baby powder and not even, you know, go near it. Well, this morning, nothing even moved. It didn't get kicked out or anything. So I'm like, So, they're supposed to make a new one. I don't know when they're going to do it. But what I'm going to have to do is take some wire or board or something and really get there and try to get a good seal on it, as it were. Because, you know, if you have something down there, and there is something having babies, you're either going to trap them in or trap them out. And depends what it is. I don't think we want to play that game. Alright, so this is going to be my last bag to seal. And I'll do another video with the slicer. I haven't gotten to play with my slicer yet because I keep buying sliced ham. There's no whole hams. When I did find a whole ham, it was like 80 some odd dollars. I'm like, no. It's like a registration payment for me. What the French? Alright. Let me wash my hands. That's what I said. That's the other thing I did is my sink to the left is where I put my drainage thingy. Susie, what's it? Yep, that. I took all that apart and I had put the seal caulking on the underneath the window. We want to get this out. We don't want to have any. There we go. So I did all that, washed the mat from underneath the thing, did my dishes, and I'm slowly moving to the right where my AeroGardens are. There's some AeroGarden seeds that we've done here 7 days ago. They're already peeking up, but I want them to peek up more before I do a video on that. So we're going to snap, coming towards me. Whee! I already have it labeled down there. Doesn't matter where you label it. If this is too long and it's too much effort, you can cut it. Which, you don't need to seal it. You can just cut it, which I'll show you. Since we have that cutter, right? So, put your thing down. Hold it down and then... Nope, cancel. Don't you even. Don't you even. That was bad. See? So you just cut it. Make it shorter. Okay? I have some, it's not liquid, it's the pieces of herb and stuff right there. Because this bag is bigger than this, it might be another reason why it's difficult. So, trying to think of what I have. Okay, good. That might be a reason. But it's still doing it. It just takes longer. Okay, I started seeing the liquid come up, and as soon as it was near here, I instantly hit that Insta-Seal. So it did not get past here. You can see it got right there, and I just boom, and it stayed sealed at the same time. So pretty cool, huh? I like it. I love it. I want more of it. Okay, I don't want to get banned. I will not sing anymore. Okay, well that does it for that. If you have any comments, questions, leave them down below, and I will meet you over at the meat slicer.